of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. In order to pay tribute to our 11th President of India, PG Department of Physics, Kanya Mahavidyalaya Jalandhar has organized a tribute to Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam to endeavor this initiative of remembering the people president on his birth anniversary. Dr. Kalam was not only a renowned scientist, but a great human being who always motivated youngsters with his humble teachings and inspiring words. He preached us to dream big and work hard, and his inspirational quotes always ring in our minds. KMV has always motivated its students to follow the path channelized by our great leaders. KMV Jalandhar is among the top leaders of women education providers. Established in 1886, Kanya Mahavidyalaya is the autonomous and heritage institution. KMV Jalandhar is one and the only women college in the state of Punjab conferred with autonomous status by the UGC, Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Government of India. It is the matter of great pride for all the KMVites that, under the able leadership of our head of institution, Kanya Mahavidyalaya Jalandhar has been selected among the top national institutions in India as per Best College Survey 2019 and 2020 by India Today and judged number 1 as Autonomous College in Punjab by Outlook Magazine. KMV is designated college with potential for excellence. KMV has conferred star status by DBT, Government of India. KMV has wide success history, and I have very briefly reported the facts. But the story of a reputed institution cannot be completed without acknowledging the hard work, able guidance, and continuous support of our worthy principal, ma'am. Today, among us, we have our honorable chief guest, Dr. Rajesh Grover, to grace the occasion. The institution is grateful to you, sir, for kindly accepting our invitation and for sparing your valuable time to honor us. Dr. Rajesh Grover did his BSc Honours in Agriculture and MS in Biotechnology from Chaudhry Charan Singh Haryana Agriculture University. Subsequently, he joined PhD in Punjabi University Patiala and completed the same in 1997. He has more than 22 years of experience in education, training, public outreach programs, research and development, administration, identification, planning, implementation and management of projects in the area of science popularization and communication. His specialization is in public outreach. We are pleased to have you here, sir. Now I would request Dr. Grover to please share your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Maninder,
Thank
and
you.
for your nice introduction. And at the outset, I congratulate the Department of Physics of KMV Jalandhar for taking this initiative to celebrate this Innovation Day to pay tribute to our great scientist and former President, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. And I'm grateful to the managing committee of the department for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this celebration. And I think there cannot be a better way to celebrate this day by bringing awareness around on this important day of innovation and creativity in each aspect of basically I should say in the human aspect and human development, and encourage our youth to use new ideas, make new decisions, and do creative thinking. So I think with these, because this is the day, and that's what I thought that I would be sharing my thoughts on the scientific temper, innovativeness, and creativity. And so I would straightway uh, share my screen and. I think you have disabled the participant for screen sharing. May I request you for
to allow कर दो सबको ना screen sharing. Sir, कर दिया आपको लॉग. Sir, it's done now. Please try again.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen now? It's visible?
Hanji, it's visible.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as I told that the topic of my talk will be, scientific temper, innovation, and creativity. And before I talk of the scientific temper, let me take you to the, because most of the people, they have the confusion about the scientific temper and science, because those who have read only science, they have the scientific temper. This is a misconception most of us we have. So first, let me clarify that it's to do nothing with the science. In fact, it's the attitude basically, and which involves the application of logic and questioning. If you think that you think logically and you take your decisions which are logic based and which are supported by your argument and analysis and discussion, you don't accept the any statement which is at the face value, then I should say that okay, you have the scientific temper. But many times it has been seen that the many of the scientists, they also behave in an unscientific manner. So I'll take you to the through the slide that how I think that the our society is behaving in an unscientific way, or they don't possess the scientific temper. So first, let me also take you to the innovation and creativity, because we are going to talk about that. And basically, science, when we talk of science, it's everybody knows that it's a systematically organized body of knowledge on a particular subject, which is based on evidence and gained through observations and experimentation. So, but when we talk the innovation and creativity, they are basically fundamental to every discipline. If you say that you are a teacher, you are a student, everybody, I should say, in every business, that innovation and creativity are the fundamental to that discipline. So when we talk of the innovation, basically we are talking broadly. It is thought of as new ideas. It could be new methods, new products, new solutions. But above all, it could be new ways of thinking also. But the only thing is it should add value to that particular problem. That is means which you are thinking, the method, the product you are designing, the design you are product you are designing. Then, when we talk of the creativity, see that thinking that enables your imagination, and even when the thinking you put question, you hypothesize, or you experiment with alternatives. So, or you evaluate your ideas, final products, and processes. This is also, creativity. So innovation, when we talk of the value creation, this is basically three components are involved. This is science and technology, creativity and innovation. Technology, everybody knows that it's basically the application of science. But the fundamental to value creation is these three components, which are science and technology, creativity and innovation. So you can see at the confluence of these three circles, we have the value creation. And now the question comes: how the creativity? Many times it's a necessity which generates our creativity, and especially in the rural areas, if you go, you'll find that lot many people, they are innovative in a way, then because they have the necessities to fulfill, And sometimes these creations, they are also inspired from the nature. Let me I've given you some few examples here, like the venoms and poisons. They were the human creations which were inspired from the nature in the form of anesthesia which we get, and the leaf which generates its own food. The idea of solar panel harnessing that energy, like the leaves, they are harnessing that solar energy. So that's basically the concept might have been, inspired by the leaf. And similarly, the brain. And when we talk of the DNA, the computer programming, we talk of the eardrum. That is the eyes, the camera lens all these creations, and even you have heard that is basically it inspired the to prepare a pump. And similarly, your song of the birds that might have inspired our musicians and to generate music. So what I mean to say, whenever there is any inspiration from the nature itself, so we get creative, or whenever we have some necessities, so we become creative. So probably that's one reason that our rural areas, they are more the rural folks, they are more creative than the people who are probably we have become complacent, and we don't feel the kind of the necessities, and that's why we don't feel the to put demand to the society. So this is just to show that when we talk of the jugaad, Indians are no doubt, undoubtedly, they are the masters in jugaad. Whatsoever you see, if you happen to visit the rural areas, you will find that these gadgets which have been prepared, these are generated out of the necessities. It's not basically why we people sitting in the urban areas can't think of such kind of jugaads, because they have the necessity. They are using agricultural implements. They are sowing, they are harvesting. So everywhere they have to use the technology which can speed up their work, and that's what is inspiring. The innovativeness. What I mean to say. And when we talk of now, let me take you to the few slides that how the innovation and creativity has, inspired our, the industry, especially the when we talk of the auto industry, and you just see that some 30 years or 35 years back, we were not having any car with the power steering. And now today we have a car with power steering, not only with power steering, but automatic gears. And with the advent of this artificial intelligence, in times to come, you will find the vehicles which are driverless. So all these, innovations and creativity, these are continuous process. And this is also the business model also. Similarly, if you see that bulbs we were using some of the for same lumens of 450 and a lifespan of 1200 hours, and a 40-watt bulb was sufficient. Now today, we with the same lumen, same light intensity, if we want, we can use a 5-watt LED, and that also life is about 50,000 hours. So that's basically another showing the then people of my age, they must have, especially the teachers sitting over here, and they must have seen these black and white TVs, and probably the today's generation, they cannot think of these black and white TVs, but to talk of these color TV and these LEDs. So I still remember when I used to be a kid, I used to visualize that there will be a time when there will be a kind of a TV which could be hang on the walls of the house. And today we see and then when we were having telephones at home, we used to visualize that there will be a time when the people will be able to see each other on the. So today we have the video calls, and the medium we are using today itself, that's again speaks of the innovativeness and creativity that has gone, multiple times what we had seen in our generation. Now, let me take you to some of the success stories. We have Innovation Hub at, I thought that how the children today, they are, how much innovative they are. You just see that probably we can't, people of my age, they can't be that innovative, because we have become probably, we feel that we are just complacent with our achievements or whatsoever you can say. But when you just challenge the minds, young minds, they can immensely think anything they avoid. So this is another way is to give an opportunity to the children, and you will find that lot of innovativeness is coming from them. But the thing is, we don't challenge them. We don't challenge their mind. Even our curriculum have been designed in a way that it's basically we mug up with the things, and we don't give them space to think beyond their subjects or curriculum. And probably if we do brainstorming to solve problem solving, to develop problem solving skills of our school children, definitely we need to give them the opportunity to think beyond that and think wide, give them space, give them timetable. In the timetable itself, there should be some space wherein they can think and think beyond their imagination. And so just we have Innovation Hub, we are inviting ideas from the students, and we are mentoring them for those ideas that how you can just think beyond your imagination. And this is one student, he came to us and he said that I think that most of the grain in the rural areas that goes waste. Why can't we develop a cost effective covering system? So, but the idea came that our mentors just brainstormed on that idea, and they came out with this kind of gadget. This is the model of that, and this is the actual, the practically. But so, what there is a pulley. In fact, if you just take this polythene sheet over here and you just rotate this pulley, you can just cover the whole of the grain, and during the daytime you can uncover it. So, and whenever there is some rainy season, you can just rotate the pulley and you can cover it. So this is something which, I mean to say, this is all weather godown. It can work as we don't have the space in the godowns to store our food grains, and lot many, many of the quintals and tons of the grain that goes waste just because we are keeping these in the open. So then another student came, then he came with the idea that whenever I have seen many autos, they are overloaded. And why can't we have a system wherein the auto does not itself work? So we mentored that idea, and we developed a load sensor using the load sensor. And basically, the idea was the electronic circuit was developed and put inside this auto rickshaw, where we could find that even there is slight, you can fix the limit of the load, and if you fix the load, anybody sitting exceeding that load, the auto won't start. So this is another idea of a student from Himachal. He came to us with the idea of that they are living in very high altitude, and it becomes a problem to pump the water from the lower areas. So he was mentored, and then this pump was put in back of this bicycle, and the water can be pumped by pedaling the cycle. So, and at the same time, it could also charge a battery of 12 volts. So these are some of the. Then another student that came, he said that my mother finds it very difficult to clean the tube lights. So the idea was that how we can clean the tube light using a simple device. It's a handle, long handle provided with the kind of the sponge kind of material, and which could fit the tube light. So this is the way you can clean the tube light. And similarly, there was an idea that how to harvest the fruit from the, because every time you can't put the stairs and the person getting up the tree, the climbing of the tree, and then picking up the fruits. So, and even sometimes we find that there are long stems which needs to be cut. So the another this tool was developed, which was basically the idea was this saw was used to cut the branches coming out which was not required, and this device was used to cut the fruits, and it could be collected by the people standing downstairs. So then another idea was that uh, many of the times you find that if you are in the hospital, you must have seen that even your relative or someone who is near to you and you are in the hospital, you will find that glucose bottles, the drip is given to the patients, and whenever there is filled a bottle that gets empty, and you find it very difficult to control, means the nurse is not there, and you don't know. So the idea is that whenever there is the bottle gets empty, there will be a signal which is going to the other person through Wi-Fi on his mobile that this bottle is getting empty, and you immediately need to attend the patient, and so you can immediately can stop the flow of the this drip going to the patient. So this is then another idea is, the earthquake safety device. The earthquake, as we know that it will always there will be vibrations, and it will come without any signaling. But if there is some shaking, or there is signal, so what will happen? This is a person sitting lying on the bed. Immediately, a device will come out of the wall that will protect you. So these are all beautiful ideas. They were given by the students, and we had been mentoring those ideas, and developing the prototypes and working on those ideas, that how it can fit into the society. Then another beautiful idea was how to avoid railway accident on the no-man crossings. So this is when the train is 1 kilometer away, there should be a kind of signaling right at the manless fatak that the train is coming, so that at least the people passing that fatak, they may be alerted that the train is coming and you have to stop. And this is the signaling system. This is a circuit was developed when the train will be just a kilometer away from the fatak, railway fatak, and this signal will come. This will alert our unmanned railway crossing people there, and this circuit will also give a also a link with the buzzer. The moment the train is a kilometer away, the buzzer will start buzzing, and there will be kind of alert, and we can avoid these kind of railway accidents. So all these ideas, they are coming from the students to us. I won't like to, but these are some of the few ideas that came to us during the Corona kind of this pandemic. And this is you must have the first thing you are looking at is the smart bins. Basically, these smart bins are nothing but they are loaded with the sensors and microcontroller, and the dustbin can move through the remote control in any direction. And also, whenever the hand is placed in front of this sensor, the dustbin automatically gets sensed and it will open up. So you don't need to touch the, especially in the hospitals, you can pull up this using the remote control. You can bring this dustbin close to you, and also you can without touching it, you can open. So you can avoid the infection. So, and another idea came to us during this Corona period was also that Corona safe. Many of the toys and the other, wallets and many other things which needs to be sterilized, even your mask. So it is advisable that not to touch all these things without sanitizing. And so what we did, we took the this microwave oven from scrap and converted into a kind of Corona safe, wherein you can keep all these kind of stuff to sterilize them. And the type of UV light was given, which is type C light, which has been fitted inside this Corona safe. And just for 5 minutes, you have to switch it on. And when you open it, so there is this will automatically UV light will get switched off. And then another thing was that automatic hand sanitizer. So automatic hand sanitizer, it's very common now these days, and you just put your hands, sensor will sense your hands, and immediately the spray will start. And the moment you remove your hands from the sensor, this the liquid coming from the sanitizer will stop coming from that tap. So this is another very interesting gadget which has been developed during this Corona pandemic was the live wire detector, wherein this many times you find that the electrician, they have to find the fault, and they have to detect the live wires which are hidden inside your walls. So this live wire detector, what it does, it that whenever you bring it close to the wall, this will start, the lights will start flickering, and there will be buzzing sound also wherever there is live wire going under the this wall. So that makes the job of a electrician very easy to find, and you need not to damage all the whole of the wall. And then there is another truck overloading. You just have seen that many of the trucks, they are overloaded, and so if somehow the idea was that if we can somehow control the speed of the truck itself, when there is sensor inside which can measure the dimensions of the truck, and then also there is the weight of the truck. If that is exceeding the particular limit, then you can always give a command that it will limit the speed of the truck to maybe 15 or 20 kilometer per hour. And another thing is the sewage. Many of the sewage workers, we find that there are a lot many casualties occurring because of the harmful and poisonous gases coming out of the sewage manhole. And when they go inside, and people, we find that they suffer, or there are casualties also many times. And so this stick has been designed basically using the sensor which is integrated with the Arduino board and display board, and also this stick detects the contents of the carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and many other gases which are methane, which are poisonous. So using such kind of stick, and then there are two lights also, green and red. If there is red light, that will show that the person is, it will go inside the manhole. There are poisonous gases, and it is likely that he may met with an accident. So these are some of the stories which had come to us from the students, and I shared it with you that how the children, they are innovative, but the only thing is we need to challenge their mind, we need to challenge their brain, and only then they can come out with such kind of success stories. And now let me take you some of the success stories across India also. That I don't know, you must have heard of this name Akash Manoj. You know, in fact, his grandfather, he died just because of this cardiac ischemia. And he was a 10th class student from Karnataka near to Bangalore. And he has invented basically a skin patch, which is a non-invasive biomarker. It can be tied on your skin, uh, uh, on your wrist also, or also on your back of your ear. And what it does, it basically measures the FABP3. It's basically a protein which levels goes very high before, 8 to 10 hours before you get actual heart attack. So what he has designed this patch, and if you just put this patch on the this your wrist, this will measure the level of your FABP3 protein, and the normal level is 75 nanogram. And the moment it will exceed its values, and it will give you the signal that there is a danger to you to get a heart attack, and immediately you need a medical intervention. So this is the discovery which basically was also given the award by Professor this awards which are given by the BST. And then another child, class 4 and class 5, Soaring Lepcha and this Subhash Pradhan, basically they gave the idea of this putting the filter purifier at the source of water, so that everyone has the access to clean water. So rather than putting a kind of filter or purifier at basically everywhere in every household. So this idea was that everybody who is fetching water from the common tap, they should get purified water itself. Then another important, this is a student Adi Kumar, who is class 5 student from Dean Academy, Bangalore. And he created a sport that can be worn around your waist, and to provide support to the fractured hand. And the broken arm would no longer be pain in the neck, because you are putting a sling in your neck, and every time you have to, if you are hanging your hand in that sling, it will definitely your neck is going to pain. But what he did, he devised this sport, and for his brother who had met with an accident. And so this is something which is again a creation and a kind of innovativeness coming from the student. Then another Rahul Kumar from Bihar and Pradyuman Kumar from Odisha, he gave an idea that we can develop a system that can alert the bus driver to know which passenger has put his hand or head outside the bus. So these are some of the, and then coming to another kind of student named Lepcha, he gave an idea that many of in fact, his house was burnt because of the fire which was created through gas stove. And he gave the idea that why can't we develop a kind of a passcode based locking system in the gas stove, so that there is no accident at all. And then there was another student, Jaspreet Kaur. This is none other than our city girl from DV Public School, who had gave an idea of a thermometer that comes with an inbuilt lights, and which could reflect the exact temperature. maybe that many of times we find that the young children, they are at home and they are not able to read the thermometer reading, or maybe our grandmas and others are there who are not that much educated, who can read all these values. So color coded thermometer could be a wonderful proposition wherein you can just dial an ambulance in case of emergency, or when you feel that there is very high temperature to a person. Then this Takale, he is from Pune. He gave an idea. If we put the sensor, at the door itself, and a person is carrying, something in his hands, he can easily that door can be opened just by activating a sensor using his leg. And then Nimisha from Ranchi, she gave an idea of drawbridge doors for train. Many times we find that old people and senior citizens, they find it very difficult to unload their luggage and even to get down from the train. So this kind of drawboard bridge can be really of help to the elderly people. Then this is another idea that was given an award, that made from the discarded cartons, the cardboard school bag, that can be folded out into a helping kids in rural India. Now, then there are a number of green technologies like hybrid vehicles, and then LEDs and drought resistant crop. Now, again, we you can find lot many things on the internet, which is now coming in the form of a solar sprays. Solar sprays are nothing but you don't want to basically generate solar power without clouding the view, and these are nothing but the solar sprays of this is metal nanoparticles, which could be sprayed on the glass windows, and wherever the light is coming over there, that can be solar energy can be trapped and can be used to for the rest of the house, and for our day-to-day operations. Similarly, and now another thing is that even our STI policy aspirations, that we have 2020 now policy and innovation policy coming up, and you have seen that it also emphasizes on promoting scientific temper. It also emphasizes on our skill development, attractive careers in science, and also establishing world-class infrastructure and enabling R&D outputs into societal applications, and mechanism for high-risk innovations. So all these, our government is putting a lot of stress on these kind of innovations and building scientific temper in the society. What I mean to say, yeah. See, there is nothing, undoubtedly, India is second to none. Our journey, anybody can boast of Chandrayaan and our Mangalyaan, and it has shown to the world, ISRO, basically, that it's not only what we can do, but others can, but also what others can't do. This is what we have demonstrated to the rest of the world. So, so this is with excellence coming with human touch. And we just see that journey we had from Bullock cart to the journey to the Mangalyaan, and now this even soft landing of the last, which failed basically. But our scientists have never given up. So this is the kind of the spirit of the scientists that is keeping the country in high spirits. And another good news is that India is a significant player in the intellectual property arena, and there has been 90.5% increase in the world share of the patents, and that is basically poised to now applications going to be 25,000 applications per year. And this increase in average share of their publications and researchers that also speaks of our achievements in the R&D sector. And why I'm giving you these figures of in US, if you see that 38% of the doctors and 36% of the NASA scientists, 34% of the Microsoft employees, 28% of the IBM employees, they are Indians. Because what I feel, this Indians can do anything. This is what I again support our proposition that India can do anything, but others can't do. So we can make impossible to possible. and 49% of the startups were formed by the Indian entrepreneurs. So then again, it's India's average age is 29 years as on date, and if you see 50% of the people, and if we see the people below 35 years, about 65% of our population. So what I mean to say is that it's the domain of the youngsters. That innovation, when we talk of the innovation, we talk of the creativity. That's the basically the domain of the youngsters. So we can do wonders. But when we all these things, they might inspire us. But at the same time, when we go through the newspapers, we find such kind of news coming on the that basically shows the poor scientific temper feeling in the society. So I still remember when I used to be a student at Punjab University. I still there was temper. You know, people they were making and great scientists of our department. They were also in the long queue and offering milk to the Ganesha. So Lord Ganesha, that basically the myth was, clear by the evening. But what that shows is basically poor scientific temperament in the society prevailing at that time. So with this kind of scientific temperament, it really, pains us that will we be able to take the country to this great heights? Then this kind of superstitions prevailing in the again in the society, that hanging chilies and crossing of cat considered to be bad luck. Even most educated people I have seen that they also believe in such kind of superstitions. So basically I should say superstitions is a blessed curse in India. So despite our phenomenal this progress, these superstitions are still strong in our country. The practitioners of such events have huge power over the lives of many Indians. So these incidents, they might be inspired by the stories of witch hunting of the Middle Ages. We are complicating our lives with superstitions. Instead, let the logic and science be our guide. So this is, kind again, it shows that what kind of scientific temperament we are having the still and having, despite so much of achievements, despite so much of, innovations in the country, research in the country, still we believe in these things. That shows that society needs to be educated. We that kind of temperament, scientific temperament, as I talked of, that is very important in the society. And now let me take you through what kind of scientific temperament. Of course, these kind of slides will show you the poor scientific temperament, but at the same time, we have challenges in our own country. But the innovativeness lies in that how we could convert these challenges into a kind of opportunities. Like we know that paddy straw is being burnt, some 500 million tons of stock of the rice burnt per annum, and about 4,800 kilometers square kilometer area goes under fire in one day. Now the challenge is, of course, the finding the scientific methods to utilize paddy straw. So again, an opportunity we should look in the form of an opportunity, that utilization of biomass to some as an energy source. This could be a kind of again an opportunity that if we could find out some alternatives, more alternatives. Still, there are some alternatives have been given, but more needs to be found, that so that this whole of the paddy straw which is burned and creating so much of pollution, again it of course it's a poor scientific temperament, but at the same time we must consider that unless and until the farmer is having a ready available solution at source, they are not going to stop this practice, and he needs an immediate solution to this problem. So this is another challenge to our youngsters, where they can convert this challenge into an opportunity. Then of course this is the kind of the very unfortunate, but India has more mobiles than toilets. Can't we provide access everybody, everyone access to the toilets? We have bio toilets. We have put two at Science City also, where there is no connectivity with the kind of the this sewage line. So if these can we can put up at Science City, we have put it one in the island, the area of the dinosaur park, and one at the main gate. There is no connectivity, and believe me that the system is working wonderful for the last 10 years at Science City. So if these kind of solutions they are available, why can't we provide such kind of? And where there is no sewage line going on in the rural areas especially. And why can't the industries, they can come forward under the corporate social responsibility to build such kind of the bio toilets. Or maybe another challenge could be, and another opportunity could be, that we can think of developing low cost technologies which can at the same time very safe to use. And this is an opportunity for the youngsters. Then another area of waste management. We know that basically the waste is basically gold. It could be, if it's converted to a manure and used in the field. But again, showing the poor scientific temper in the society, we are not managing the waste. We are just throwing it. Even in the cities, you just see that the way we segregate the waste, and the way we dispose of our waste, and it's going to the dumps and not being treated and not being converted. Basically, it's converting waste into it could be converted to wealth. So again, a challenge for our youngsters. Then again, water management. The challenge lies in the availability of water for the future generations. And the opportunity lies in the developing our crops or techniques which consume less water, or we can save water. So because already there is alarming situation, and the satellite images, they are showing the ground water crisis in Punjab. So this is something which is again a challenge for our youngsters, and I think youngsters, they should take it as a challenge and to come for the think of the innovative ways that how we can address these kind of problems. Then everybody, the southern belt of Punjab, which is a cotton growing belt, and we know that lot many people, they are having cancers, and they are engulfed by the lethal pesticides, and which is causing a lot of major health problems in that area. And so the challenge lies in the provide the clean and safe drinking water to the masses. And the opportunity here is to develop the techniques to purify that saline water, so that we can have more of water which is, we can drink, and we can make it available our masses, which is safe. Then again, climate change, it's basically everybody knows that 1 degree temperature in Punjab means losing about 400 kgs of wheat. So, leading to a loss of 6 to 7 million tons of wheat in the northern part of India. So, this is, again a challenge to minimize the impact of climate change, and opportunity where lies in developing eco-friendly gadgets having least environmental impact. So, challenges, of course, will be there, they will remain there, but the only thing is that we need to think of the ways we have to provide this kind of innovativeness, that we work on those kind of things and develop eco-friendly gadgets. Then another, especially I worked in this area on the biomanagement of ponds, and I have been to the rural areas and see the kind of the ponds we are treating. I don't know how many of the audience sitting here that have been to the villages or they belong to the rural areas. But if you see that in the rural areas, most of the ponds, they are either being, sealed or being converted to some kind of uh, bus stand or stadium, or they are being encroached upon. And these are basically natural bioresources, and are also they are also biodiversity our survive in these ponds. But unfortunate thing, these ponds now are being used as either they are being used to uh, the sewage water of the village, rural area. They are also going to these ponds because of their low-lying areas. They are located in such a location that it could be easily used as a kind of dumping ground for our this sewage water. So the challenge is to preserve these natural resources and biodiversity, and whereas the opportunity lies in to develop low-cost technologies for treating this water and use these resources for income generation. Maybe we can use it for fish farming if our water is clean over there, or we can treat the water some way with by using some kind of biotechniques, or though there is a lot of technologies they are being worked, like green bed technology there, duckweed is there. So all these things are there, but the thing is, we need more solutions to the problem which could readily address the problem of these soil areas. We can save or preserve our bioresources. Then every third male student in Punjab is hooked to substance abuse. It's the major than the 70% had rural background. So the challenge again is to channelize the energy of this youth. In fact, we need to engage the youth in skill development programs so that at least we can provide employment to our this the great source of this country. So now the question comes, how to bring the change? The first thing is that we need to work on basically and informed, we need to develop an informed and knowledgeable society so that people they make their own decisions. We need to build scientific temper in the society. We need to foster creativity and innovation in the young minds. We need to provide a suitable platform to the youth to provide an opportunity to showcase their creativity and skills. And I think you people are also organizing certain kind of programs, which definitely maybe some kind of annual fair or something, where you are providing your students to provide an opportunity, to showcase their models or something. But we always at Science City, we are also organizing. We are also organizing Science Fest. We are also organizing, Innotech festivals. And the idea here, has always been to, identify which are the projects which are innovative and to further mentor those ideas. Not only just, it should not remain to the prototype, but the only thing is that we have to take these ideas forward so that at least something can come out of the society. There is a necessity to basically to engage the youth to explore these challenges so as to translate them to set up new ventures, because we don't have to generate job seekers, we have to generate job providers. So this is again a challenge, but the only thing is it's possible that our education system, if we give it in a way, we give space to our youth, we give space to our children to think beyond, to think wide, only then we can think of bringing this change. See, the question again is, we don't have to be afraid of failures, and we should not be disheartened. Rather, we have to remember that the first failures are the best teachers. And so that's what my, most of the students are here. So what my advice to them is, learn to ask questions, even if they appear silly. Don't be shy. Look at why, how, and where of the things. And this is, something which is very much required. That we generally, we find the ways that reject the failures. Rather, we should encourage, we should motivate them to come forward and think whatsoever while they can think. Because it's not only the curriculum which matters. It's the only the how entrepreneurial you are and how much innovative you are, how much creative you are, then only it should count the success of your life. Now, coming to the for the enrollment, teachers are also faculty members are there. A just word of for teachers also I would like to say. See, we this our students they have enormous creativity. Just keep it in mind. Give them something interesting to work on. Give them the time, tools, and skills they need, and get out of their way. Don't interfere. If you want better response, you want stronger response, don't put any restriction on them. Let them work on their own way once we have guided them. So it is the failures, they are the first ladder to success. We have to make them learn that the goal should not be, this is very interesting quote I could find. So that's what I thought that I would be sharing it with you. The goal should not be to eliminate failure. It should be to build a system resilient enough to withstand it. So because it is the first ladder to success, we must keep in mind. Can we think of some solutions? It's a way to basically, I am just giving a challenge to the students that in how many ways you can fill this half a scale. You can halve the scales. And then how would the tires of a driverless car be changed if punctured? Just think of those things, those lines Just I'm challenging your mind, and there could be many more. And like a passenger, could a passenger change the tires of the car automatically while sitting idle inside the car? So these are some of the things which you have to challenge your mind. I don't have the solutions, to these the kind of the questions I'm raising to you, but I'm challenging your mind. So let's work together, and let's work together and act together, and let's work as a team. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening all of us with your thought provoking words and ideas.
जस्ट ए मिनट सर, आपको ना स्क्रीन शेयरिंग बंद करनी पड़ेगी अपनी. हाँ जी. आई थिंक अभी सुरभि की है शायद. सुरभि मैम, आप भी कर दीजिए स्क्रीन शेयरिंग बंद. ओके. या.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening all of us with your thought provoking words and ideas. I am sure that our budding scientists have gained a lot from your address. Now, after inspiring talk, we have following events: biography on Dr. Abdul Kalam, a book review, and a poster presentations on the quotes of Dr. Abdul Kalam by the students. Now, I would like to invite Dean Sciences and HOD Physics, Mrs. Parminder Kaur, to present a vote of thanks to our worthy chief guest, Dr. Rajesh Grover. Please, ma'am.
It has been our proud privilege to have Dr. Grover with us on this day when we are paying rich tribute to our role model, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam ji. It was really impressive and refreshing to hear him talk about some small but very useful innovations. I'm sure his talk will go a long way in inspiring young minds of our students to move towards scientific temperament. Dear students, he has put forward some real scientific problems, challenges before you, which you can turn into opportunities. Our heartfelt thanks go to you, Dr. Grover, for finding time for us from your so busy schedule and interacting with our students. We would like to have many more such interactions in future too. I thank you once again on behalf of PG Department of Physics of Kanya Mahavidyalaya. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to take leave, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Thank you for spending so much time.
So I would like to leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Maninder.
He might be gone forever, but his invaluable thoughts and teachings would always pay for us in the time of difficulty. Take a look on the life journey of one of the greatest minds of the world that will play the role of guiding light for all of us. Now I would request Ankita Thakur, BSc Non-Medical, to please present his life journey.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ankita Thakur and I am a student of BSc Non-Medical Semester 3rd. Today, I am going to present a biography of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, the legend, the missile man of India. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's whole life journey is an inspiration for one and all. Abul Pakir Janal Abdin Abdul Kalam, fondly known as Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam was born on 15 October 1931 at Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. His father name was Janal Abdin and his mother name was Ashiyama. He has 3 siblings. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam was scientist, engineer, professor, author, president, and a very good human being. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's father was a boat owner and an imam of a local mosque, and his mother Ashiyama was a housewife. Kalam was the youngest of 4 brothers and 1 sister in his family. He came from a family whose financial condition weren't sound enough. Kalam took up odd jobs in his childhood but never gave up on his education. He used to distribute newspaper to support his family income. He completed his schooling from Rameshwaram Elementary School in 1954. He graduated in physics from San Joseph College in Tiruchirappalli. In 1955, he joined the Madras Institute of Technology and started aeronautic engineering. After graduating from MIT, Dr. Kalam emerged as a superb leader and technologist par excellence in his scientific career. From 1963 to 1980, his career was spent in space research, with founding India Space Program by Vikram Sarabhai India Committee for Space Research, which became ISRO. After this success, he was shifted to DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, to head the missile project. He was also known as Missile Man of India. From 1992 until 1999, Kalam was appointed as the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of Defense Research and Development Organization. It was during this time that Dr. Kalam served as a Chief Project Coordinator Pokhran 2 nuclear test, after which he was fondly called the Missile Man of India. He was the project director of India's first satellite, Rohini. During his tenure in DRDO, he headed the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP, to develop 5 different missiles. The 5 projects were scheduled to be completed in a time frame of only 10 years and consisted of anti-tank guided missile Nag, a surface-to-surface battlefield missile Prithvi, a swift medium range surface-to-air missile Akash, quick reaction surface-to-air missile Trishul, and intermediate range ballistic missile the mightiest Agni. India can never forget his indelible contribution towards national development to be as president. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam became the 11th president of India. Due to this sheer effort and contribution, he earned the title of People's President. And Kalam authored many number of books and which inspiring a number of peoples, Wings of Fire, an autobiography, Ignited Minds, Mission India, Inspiring Thoughts. These books have been translated in many Indian languages. Dr. Kalam was one of the most distinguished scientists of India, has unique honor of receiving honorary doctorates from 36 universities and institutions. Dr. Kalam has received civilian awards, Padma Bhushan in 1981, Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna in 1997. It was during his lecture at Indian Institute of Management, Shillong on 27 July 2015 that he suddenly collapsed and declared dead due to massive cardiac arrest. His journey started from Rameshwaram and reached to Rashtrapati Bhavan with a name under which continues till he took his last breath. Today, Dr. Kalam is not with us, but his teachings are leading us to achieve new milestones in the realm of science, technology, and all vital affairs of life. At last, I would like to end this presentation by quoting one of his famous quotes. You cannot change your future, but you can change your habits. And surely your habits will change your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ankita. That's what really inspiring. Dr. Kalam has been a legend, and every person respects this great personality for his achievements, contributions, and his simplicity. I appeal to every student to follow the path of Dr. Kalam and live an honorable life throughout. Dr. Kalam was once asked that how he would be remembered by the world, like a scientist, a Bharat Ratna recipient, the President of India, or the Missile Man. He said no. I wished to be remembered as a teacher. He often spoke to children and the country's youth, inspiring them to think big in life. He also penned a number of books. Among those, one will be reviewed by Har Amanpreet Kaur, BSc Non-Medical Semester 3. Har Aman.
Of Fire, an autobiography of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, Abul Pakir Jalaluddin Abdul Kalam, written jointly by Abdul Kalam with Arun Tiwari. This is my story, the story of son of Jalaluddin and Ashama, the story of the boy who sold newspaper to help his brother, the story of a pupil read by Shio Subramaniam Iyer and Ayyadure Solomon, the story of the student taught by a teacher like Pandale, the story of engineers spotted by MGK1 and groomed by the legendary Professor Vikram Sarabhai, the story of a scientist tested by many failures and setbacks, the story of a leader supported by a large team of brilliant and dedicated professionals. This story can inspire readers and come to an ultimate satisfaction. The book covers Kalam's childhood, family, education, his work in Indian space research and Indian missile programs. This book contains 24 photos and contains many of his own poems and his favorite poems. It has been translated in 13 languages, which includes Chinese and French. He lost his father and his mother. Through Wings of Fire, we come across some brilliant people who worked behind Indian space research. The book is full of insight, personal moments, and life experience of Dr. Kalam. While he co-wrote with the Arun Tiwari, his colleague in the field of military defense research. In his school, he had average grades but was known as bright and hard-working student. Kalam wanted to join Air Force but he was not selected for Air Force Selection Board because he ranked 9th from 25 candidates. Kalam running the project Nandi was banned due to controversy about the project. First attempt of SLV-3 rocket was failed. At the time of second attempt of SLV, people making fun of it and comparing with the failure of SLV-1. Before launching of Agni, many Western countries were trying to stop this mission. After failure of Agni, people react very bad. After 5 years of struggling, Agni got success. Whole nation enjoyed the success of Agni mission.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ। दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ। करके दिखा कमाल वो, आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां। शाबाशियाँ, शाबाशियाँ।
मनिंदर
आप म्यूट हो,
कर लो।
अनम्यूट करो।
Thank you so much, Haraman. We all are born with the divine fire in us. Our efforts should be to give wings to this fire. In this book, he pays a great tribute to all of those who stood by him throughout his journey. Dr. Kalam has proved to be an icon to his own and his future generations. Indeed, a very informative and thought provoking book. Now, I would request, there is a small announcement. I would request all the students to please check the chat box and there is a feedback link. Kindly fill that. All students need to fill that feedback link. So after that, as we all know that Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam never stopped to inspire the world. Preachings of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam became an inspirational quote for all the individuals who look forward to the great man. So let us have a look on a motivational quotes of Dr. Abdul Kalam presented by the students. Anshuman, please share the screen. Truly inspiring quotes. At last, I would like to add that even though he left us, but he is still in our hearts as the inspiration and the motivation. His golden words and miraculous deeds will always be remembered. He is the man of high stature and of values who taught us to the way transform our nation, and we shall be always grateful to him. All the participants will get certificates for the participation and 3 posters will be given prizes. And thank you all for taking part and contributing to this success. Thank you. Neetu ma'am, would you like?
Girls, a great round of applause for all the participants. Girls, you will get your hard copy of certificates, and we will send you the soft copy directly to the WhatsApp, and we'll get the hard copy whenever you will come to the college.
so I can end the meeting now because the
Yes.
link will be deactivated. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.